up, lovely people? So it's Nana SA again. So one of the interesting things is, just like I've always kept on saying to you, I am in the motherland. I am in Ghana. And since being in Ghana, I think I've really had, different experiences. And for those of you who follow some of the stories, we've had an experience in the Kotoka International Airport, we've had experiences where through that we've actually managed to interview some very prominent people and other black people within the country Ghana who have got amazing stories to tell. I just interviewed a lady called Siba who runs a company, or who runs a fashion line which is called Chic for Siba, which I will definitely encourage you to have a look at. But let me go straight to the point. So since I've been to Ghana, one of the main issues that people do ask us, how do you move from one place to the other? For me, fortunately enough, I met somebody who is a driver, who is an Uber driver. And I think it's about the pride, it's about, how he does his things. And that is one of the main reasons why, I discussed, why don't we do a video? Because I think I can identify with him, So a little bit about myself. When I was growing up in Ghana, or when I was doing education in Ghana, maybe I was fortunate enough to have a car of my own. And what I decided to do was to actually make it a taxi. And for that reason, I was able to travel from one place to the other, made an additional income, and I was then working for myself. Lo and behold, me returning to Ghana now, I've met somebody who more or less have a similar vision. And maybe if anybody who has a driving license can think about it. So there is this, multinational company called Uber. And what they've done in many other countries is they've taken on people who work for them. And it's not just, Ghana. I know it's the same in the UK as well. You know what? I wouldn't bore you too much with, this lengthy intro. My name is Nana SA. I run a project called Black Next Gen. And if this is the first time you are watching us, make sure you check us out on YouTube. If you want to subscribe, we will bring you loads of amazing videos. Equally, you can share and, click on notification, as well as, pass on any comments that you think we need to know in order for us to continue to bring you quality stuff. I have with me today, an amazing gentleman who, since I've been in Ghana, he has been taking me around, because of the professionalism that he's demonstrated. So I am more than confident to work with him. So if anybody is thinking about, I am in Ghana, who do I get in contact to pick me up? I can definitely vouch that Erasmus is the person to do that. He drives for Uber, but he's more than happy for people to contact him, for them to be able to, benefit from the kind of quality service that he does. Erasmus, I think whilst you are driving, because he's still driving me to a destination, this is Erasmus for you. Erasmus, thank you very much for granting me that interview.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Nana.
That's great. So what we are doing is, whilst Erasmus will be driving, I will be asking him questions whilst, he tell us a little bit about his journey. Erasmus, what's the full name that people can refer to you as?
My full name is Erasmus Ni Ashali Ashley.
Okay.
A Ghana by birth.
Okay.
Was born somewhere around the 1986.
Don't start calculating his age. He's old enough. Yeah. Continue.
Somewhere in July.
Okay.
And I grew up inside Accra, a suburb called Matayoko. I schooled from crèche to, let's say, JHS, around the same vicinity.
Okay.
And after JHS, I went straight to SHS, which is somewhere around Achimota, St. John's Grammar.
Okay.
So I moved from Matayoko, where I was staying, to another suburb called Domi.
Okay.
So I was in Domi with my daddy till I left school. But as I was in school, I was playing soccer.
I heard, this guy has definitely had his own journey in regards to football, okay? He's been to other countries playing football and all that, but there was a very sad incident that got him not to be able to continue with his football career. Erasmus, tell us about what happened.
Sure. So as I was saying, after SHS, I went straight into soccer. And I had so many experiences with big teams, smaller teams. The short of it is I had to travel out. I've traveled out on so many, or let me say, couple of occasions. I've been to Mauritius. I've been to Swaziland.
Okay.
I've also been to Maldives.
All to play football?
Yes.
Okay.
I was playing football, let me say, from 2004 through to, let's say, 2016, 2017.
Okay.
Yes, I had this fracture on my ankle, on the left ankle, which would keep me away for, let's say, 2 years.
Okay.
So as as I returned home, I said, no, why don't I look for something else to put that energy into, since I can play. And I got my license then. I went straight to do my license. So
and when you're talking about license, that's your driving license?
Yes, driving license.
Yeah.
And I love driving.
Yeah.
I love driving. It's fun driving. So I said, well, why not make some extra monies whilst I drive and have fun?
Okay.
So I took on Uber. Or I registered on Uber. Let's say around 2018, September, October. And it has been fun. It has been worth it.
Okay.
First car that I got was a sales car, which I had a fleet owner that I have to work and make or render accounts to. The second car I got was like a contract work and pay basis.
Okay.
Which along the way I had to do something else, so I had to let it go.
Okay.
So this is my third ride, which is also a work and pay, but trust me, it's going so fine.
That's great.
It's going so fine.
So this is what you do to feed yourself and your family?
Exactly.
Okay.
For the past 3 years, this is what I do on a daily basis to feed my mommy, my siblings, my son.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to little Erasmus. Okay. That's really great. But I think one of the things that we continue to do on the Black Next Gen project is we look at people's hustle. Okay. Because we think people need to be showcased. People need to be seen to do the most difficult things because they believe in having a better outcome.
Yep.
And for me, since taking you on board or since working with you, I think my experience of you is you have a dream, you know, and your dream can easily be seen. Where does Erasmus wants to be in the next few years in terms of what you're doing now?
Sure. The dream is big, and
That's great.
I would love to expand this business into my own.
Okay.
Not taking it away from Uber, but I have to get something like, let me put it, a mini company for myself.
Okay.
That I can bring more drivers on board.
Okay.
Like trusted drivers, like educated drivers, like self-centered drivers,
That's
not
great.
selfish drivers, not greedy drivers.
So if anybody wants to think about joining Uber or want to take on commercial driving as maybe a profession or something that they want to do, would you be happy for them to contact you so that you can teach them the in and out of what it takes?
Sure, I'm always available.
Okay, let's fire it out there. Erasmus, what's the best contact number that people can get hold of you on?
Okay, it is 0246.
So the Ghana code is 00233. Then you continue with the number. But I will put those numbers anyway at the end of these videos. Yeah? So go ahead. I'm listening to the number.
0246 39 0337.
Okay.
That is for MTN.
Okay.
0246 39 0337.
Okay.
That is for MTN. And Vodafone is 0200 197113.
So for both numbers, if you are calling from, you know, abroad, you're calling from anywhere outside Ghana, you just need to start the numbers with a 00233, okay, before the numbers. But just like I said, I will take both numbers and put it at the end of this interview. So one of the very interesting things is, Erasmus, you do have the opportunity to meet different people, okay, because of the kind of job that you do. What are some of the things that, you know, keep you grounded with the kind of people that you meet?
Oh, naturally, I'm someone who doesn't talk much.
Okay.
Who always want to be at the service of my riders. I want to do the ride in the way that you're going to love it, you're going to feel at home, you're going to feel comfortable, feel secured, like your security is intact, and your information exactly is so perfect with me.
That's great.
I'm not going to expose nothing of yours to nobody. Whatever happens in my car stays in my car.
Okay.
It doesn't step out of my car.
Yeah.
Wherever I take you stays within myself and yourself.
Okay.
Nobody got to know about it. It's my business and your business. Once we are done with the trip, I don't think your info should even go out there.
Okay.
There's no need of it.
So confidentiality is really important.
Exactly, you got it right.
That's great. That is really important. But equally, I think for me, what you are doing, which I think is amazing, is your relationship with your customers. Okay. I think, you know, you made me feel very comfortable. And equally, apart from your relationship, your knowledge of the town, you know, I think it's amazing. When I was saying to Erasmus, take me to this end, and I was possibly following a sat-nav, he said, forget about that. I know the back routes, you know, which I think is really, really important. So if somebody is wanting to take on maybe driving, apart from maybe having the license, what are some of the things that the person needs for them to be able to have a good relationship with their customers?
Once the person chooses to drive, the person is supposed to be ready to serve.
Okay.
And to listen. And to do according to what the rider says, not what you think. When you prefer, or when you think there's another route for you to turn or you want to use, make it known to the rider.
Okay.
There's this route. Would you want us to use it? It's shorter than what the map is saying. Once he says or she says yes, bingo.
That's great.
If she says no, just follow the route. You just do as she says or he says. And one thing that people should know, or my fellow drivers should take or put in mind, is we all not coming from one background. We're coming from different backgrounds, and our approach to stuff and issues are different.
That's great.
And you might meet, let's say, somebody who has issues like coming out. You should handle the person in a way that the person will forget issues that has happened.
Okay.
You should be able to calm nerves. When the person is in your car, the person should be able to relax. If even the person is supposed to sleep, he or she should sleep, because he or she is in a good hands. So what I would tell my fellow drivers is just pay heed to what the rider wants.
Okay.
Just stay grounded. Don't raise the shoulders here. No.
Yeah.
Don't show the rider what you've got. No. It's just your service, and it's service, and it's nothing else but service.
That's great. So one of the very interesting things that Erasmus said to me was, oh, you know what, I've never had an interview, you know, it felt a bit, really, am I going to do well? But, you know, I'm saying to him, he's really doing well, more than I expected, because he's not just interviewing, he's focusing, he's driving, you know, so he's more or less doing two things at the same time, whilst he's conquering his own fears about being on camera. So, you know what, I'm really encouraging you. You're doing amazing. Erasmus, what are some of the things that maybe you are doing differently, you know, in terms of being a driver as compared to maybe an ordinary person who is equally a commercial driver? What do you do differently?
Oh, okay. Some key factors that I use, or I take as, let's say, what I do to make people or anybody at all that I pick feel like at home is first my customer service.
Okay.
When I say customer service, how I relate, how I do stuff when I have riders, what I do to make riders feel okay, like taking you to where you're going, like talking to you nicely, you know, like making you feel at home.
Okay.
I get you. Like if you want to get interactive, we can have a chat, we can talk, we can feel like at home.
Okay.
And it makes me feel like or it makes the rider also feel like, oh, let me call Erasmus tomorrow.
Okay.
Because at least we might talk about one or two stuff and some ideas might come out of it.
So if you want to talk about football, this is the stadium.
I'm telling you.
That's great. That's great. I know Erasmus is a supporter of a particular club. It's a local club, and this shows a fan.
Accra House of Folk.
If you don't support this club, please make sure you can still jump into Erasmus's car, because he's still going to drive you. But make sure you don't talk about football, because you're not going to win. You know, it's either Accra House of Folk.
Oh no,
no. There you go. There you go. So if you can't hack it, don't talk about football. It's as simple as that. So apart from the customer service bit, you know, Erasmus, which I have definitely observed that you're doing that amazingly, what other things do you do differently, Erasmus?
My rider security is intact.
Okay.
When I talk about security, riders tend to leave their valuable stuffs in the car, and I make sure they get it back.
Okay. Okay.
That one is a must. You get it back. Whether I'm going to drive all the way 2 hours to hand over your stuff, you're going to get it.
Okay.
And when I'm talking about security as well, I make sure we're driving and nobody's following us, as in tracking us down or something.
Okay.
I make sure you are secure, you are safe.
Okay.
And I also make sure maybe you're going somewhere that I know is not advisable, like it's not okay for you.
Okay.
And I'll just advise you on it. And also I know some routes that are safer.
Okay.
And are better as compared to what the maps are going to use. So I make sure security-wise, you are covered.
So let me just chip in as well. So when possibly I have come to Ghana, my security is very, very important to me. Obviously, I wouldn't expect anybody to be following me, you know, with a view that possibly I am carrying some large sum of money, you know, if I don't. So that's important to me. But apart from that as well, I want to make sure I am driving with a driver who I can vouch and say that they know whoever I am, but not come and pose a threat to me as well.
Yeah.
So obviously when you travel into Ghana, or maybe you go to other parts of the world, you just want to make sure you don't disclose too much, you know, to other people, you know. So you want somebody who can actually keep your information and be more aware of how to ensure your security is at stake. Your communication, I'll say, Erasmus, is next to none. But when I'm talking about maybe driving on the whole, would you say having knowledge about the areas or the town that you are driving in is equally important?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, why do you say that?
It is. Sometimes this part of Africa, or let me say Ghana, the traffic situations are not predicted.
Okay.
They can't be predicted. So once I've driven on the roads for long, I know some routes, I know good roads that will not be like bumpy, that you'll be doing all the time. And it's going to take us to our destination in the shortest possible time.
Okay.
Let's say you have an appointment. Maybe in 30 minutes. And I have to pick you in like 30 minutes. I know how to like maneuver my way to get you before 30 minutes.
So talking about timekeeping is really important to you.
Oh yeah.
The very interesting thing is I said to Erasmus, pick me this morning. We agreed a time and he came 30 minutes early, and I said, yo, I just woke up from bed. Give me the time, you know. That was not what we agreed. But I think it's really important you being able to demonstrate that I want to be there possibly before the time. But equally, if you are going to be running late for you to get to the destination, what do you do differently?
I make sure I get to the destination, like where I'm picking the person before time. I don't want to rush it. I don't want to be driving recklessly, like anyhow. I want to be safe myself before picking you or picking the rider. So what I do is I make sure I get there on time. I rest in my car whilst I wait for the rider. When the rider is into, I don't have to rush because we are not behind time. We are on time. And also I know the routes. Like as I said, I know some routes depending. I see where we're going to. I know some routes that we can use to just avoid congestions on the roads and all that, and also security-wise.
Okay.
Security-wise, where at least we're gonna, if it's in the evening, we should use routes that we're gonna see police patrols, like barriers, just to be checking if we all safe.
Okay.
If the rider is safe, if I'm safe myself.
Okay.
Yes, so that comes in when security comes in.
Okay.
And one thing I also want to talk about is communication.
Okay.
Communication. I'm
With
very
your
fluent.
clients?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very fluent with English. I didn't take my French lesson seriously, so I don't even know a word in French.
Pardon. So we let him off.
So-
Don't try French.
So if it's English, fine. If it's the local dialects, I can speak the Ga, I can speak Twi, a little bit of airway, but I can speak it, but
You can
I can
understand.
comprehend.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that makes you versatile in regards to being able to communicate with your clients as well.
Exactly.
That's great. If overall, is there any big word that you think you need to be saying to your clients just for them to feel like, you know what, they can come back again to you another time, after you've dropped them off?
It's just so simple. It's two magical words. It's not
Okay.
long. It's the word thank you.
Okay.
Just to show appreciation for riding with me.
Okay.
Just to say thank you. Thank you. It's a magical word for me.
Wow.
And it doesn't even cost a thing.
Okay.
So once you show appreciation, the person will realize, no, this guy is a grateful guy. I can still do something. So thank you works for me.
That's great. And for me as well, just like I said, I have been your customer, and the service has definitely been amazing, and every time that maybe we have to discuss the cost of my journeys, Erasmus has been very, I wouldn't want to put it there as a vulnerability, because he struggles to be able to charge over the top. Okay, so he's very reasonable as well in terms of his charging costs, which is really important. But what I will definitely encourage is, obviously, for people to be reasonable, for people not to think that they need to take advantage of your generosity as well. So that's really, really important. Erasmus, if there is anything that you want to say to maybe anybody thinking about wanting to drive for Uber, what would you say to the person?
Why not the person to take it on?
Okay.
It's not bad. But you have to be disciplined. Very disciplined. You have to be disciplined and also have a goal. You just don't drive. You just don't drive. Once you start driving, you make sure you make progress.
Okay.
Like you start with a car, you grow, you get another car. That is when you are getting fleet of drivers.
Okay.
So anybody that is trying or would like to venture into the driving thing, or Uber or any of the apps, it's positive.
Okay.
It's positive.
Okay.
Once you make sure you don't get monies today and overspend them all, you should be saving, you should be making plans towards expanding.
Okay.
Because there might be a time you would have let's say more riders, because they feel comfortable with you, and you wouldn't be able to pick all of them at a go.
Okay.
But when you have trusted people like yourself, you can make them go for those riders for you.
All right.
And then you won't take all the monies, definitely I'll just get a small cut of it, and
So
you take the rest.
I think I've really been impressed and I've been humbled. This is somebody who has his own gold standard in terms of making sure that his customers are able to come back to him, to be able to get a good standard of service. But equally, he is able to vouch for other drivers who have got similar standards who are able to pick, whoever the customer may be if he is not able to do that. And I think I'm really, touched by the fact that you are not just thinking about yourself, you are looking to recruit other people who have got similar values in terms of customer service, being security aware, can communicate well, have knowledge about the area, and equally can say thank you, when the need be. Erasmus, I think for me, I would rather want us to say, I continue to enjoy, being your customer. And I think, it's amazing. He refers to me as a client. He is the top notch, I just felt I was just a customer, but he makes me feel very comfortable whenever I'm driving with him. And I will definitely encourage, if there is anybody out there who is thinking of, coming to the motherland, coming to Ghana, or even wanting to pick ideas about maybe setting up a business in Ghana to do with, fleet management, or maybe to do with what? Fleet management, let me put it that way. And you want to speak to him, I think I can only vouch based on the kind of service that he's offered to me. And I would say, these are the people that we need to put out there, so that if anybody wants to speak to somebody like that, we know he can do the job, he's demonstrated, and he is driven. And I think to sum it all, Erasmus is saying to me that he's got a son, and he's really passionate about wanting the son to feel proud of what his daddy does.
Exactly.
Give us a shout out to your little boy, Erasmus.
Hey, Miguel. I want to say a big shout out to that boy, man.
That's great.
He's an inspiration.
That's great.
He keeps me going,
Okay.
I look at him and I want to do more.
Okay.
I always want to make sure he say, my daddy did this for me, did that for me. And trust me, it gives me that energy. And I always think about him, So anytime you find yourself in a situation that you're supposed to do wrong, or you're going wrong, what I think about is that boy. What if I'm not there?
Miguel, you've definitely put that on track.
Sharp.
Okay? You've definitely put that on track. What I wouldn't discuss is Erasmus' relationship with anybody else outside Miguel, okay? That would be outside the cameras. But you know what, guys? It's really been amazing. I am definitely having the best of time in Ghana. And whilst I'm here, I think it's important I record such of these interviews to make sure that their stories are also known. And for any of our other people who watches Black Next Gen, who may be outside Ghana, who never may have anything to do with Ghana, I think I definitely respect that. But this is mainly for those who may be in Ghana, for those who may be visiting Ghana, for them to be able to link up with the likes of Erasmus, to be able to offer them, the service that he's offering to me. So if you are in Ghana and you are looking for that quality driver, that person who can take you around, just for you to have that peace of mind. I know we've got other kind of commercial vehicles, but this is more or less a space which I feel safe. So not to bore too much of you, I would say thank you very much for watching. And Erasmus, it's been a pleasure talking to you today.
It's been wonderful and my pleasure as well.
That's great. Let's keep driving, and we will be bringing you loads of interviews. If you are watching us for the first time, my name is Nana SA, and we run a project called Black Next Gen. You can follow us on Instagram, you can follow the page on YouTube, just to see so many amazing interviews that we've done with people who have actually got a story to tell, which we think is really important. We need to put such stories out there. So it's really been amazing, and that's we done for now. Thanks very much for watching.